Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? How's everything going? What's new in you guys' life? For me, nothing. I am going to the city on the weekend to get another tattoo. This was the last one I got. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the butterfly. So I'm gonna go get another one on my shin, which is going to hurt. Super excited for that. So what's going on in your guys' life? What's new? What's happening? Let me know down below. So if you're new here, hi, my name is MacLean. I am here every Tuesday and Thursday for you to bring you true crime that has happened here in Canada. So everything I talk about is a true crime that's happened in Canada, which can range from robbery, murder, kidnapping, I don't know, shooting, missing people. It could be anything that you think of, or if you have any questions about any cases that you've read about in the past and you want me to do some more research about them, please let me know. That would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, so welcome to my channel. So let's get into it. This one's a little bit different. So have you ever thought, how do I get rid of my kids when they're misbehaving? This might not be the way to do it because they got caught. So this was a very controversial case when this happened. It was in Ontario. People blew up and lost it when they found out about this because it involves immigration, it involves religion, it involves honor killing. So it really blew people's mind when it happened. So yeah, I just want to give another shout out to this palette right here. This bad boy. Let's just take a second. Look at this. Morphe, I know you're never going to see this video, but if you do, sponsor me. Please. I love your stuff, but I'm just going to say, just tossing it out there. This palette is great if you do need to go pick something up. Also a good idea. Also, I got this tinted moisturizer in my BoxyCharm. And me, I'm not a tinted moisturized type of girl. I am a full coverage. Like if I have a little flaw, I want my face to look like a porcelain doll. I don't want you to see anything. My girl Brooke out there, this would be perfect for you. I know you don't wear any makeup. This is what you need. This is it. Just you know, a beautiful, refreshing look. This is what is for you. But that's enough about me, my rambling on. Again, if you want to know where I got this beautiful tan, just got another tan. Basic Beauty Boutique, shout out to them too. I'm just here shouting out people left, right, and center. So let's get into the story. Let's get into the story about the honor killing that shocked the nation. So let's get into it. So this story is about Tooba, Tooba, YaHya, and the murders of the family of the Shafi family. I'm going to butcher all these names, but that is just how I roll. So we're going to talk about the story of what exactly happened to this family. So the Shafi family left Afghanistan for the neighboring Pakistan in 1992. From there, they moved to Australia and so on and so on. After they left Australia, they went to the United Arab for over a decade, where Mohammed Shifa, I'm never going to get that name right, made a fortune in Dubai. He was in real estate, and Dubai was bopping at that time. So after he made his fortune, his millions of dollars, they decided that as a family they were going to immigrate to Canada and settle in the St. Leonard area in Montreal in 2007. In 1979 or 1980, Mohammed Shafir, so before they moved, married Rhonda Mohammed, who was infertile and unable to have kids. And this was a big no-no. So in 1989, he took Tooba YaHya to be his second wife. So that's one of the things that they did over there, polygamy, I believe they call it, where they can just have as many wives as they want and they can do whatever. I always say that I want to get into this, but I want to do it the opposite, and I want to have multiple husbands. And then you let me know what you think about that. You have one husband that cooks, one husband that cleans, or you could have like one husband that's a real estate agent, one that's like in the trades, one that just does like random stuff or into stocks. And you know, it'd be a perfect life. I could be a stay-at-home mom as long as I had 6 husbands that were raking in the dough. I would love that. So he was into polygamy. Since the first wife like kind of did not pan out because she wasn't able to have kids, he moved on pretty fast. So when he was married to Tooba, or however you pronounce that, she gave birth to 7 children. So hold up. No, thank you. I don't know how women did it back then. That wasn't even that far ago. That was like 2007 when they were like moving around. So she's busting out 7 kids. Like, that's crazy to me. I couldn't even think about that. So she had 7 kids through... That's just crazy. So through Rhonda played a critical role in their upbringing and raised the children as if they were her own. So the first wife like kind of like took the role as mom and really said that, you know, if this is a 3-way marriage, I'm going to try to participate as much as I possibly can, even though I don't have kids. We're still going to try to like work something out. So she tried her hardest to like be a mom to them, even though she wasn't the biological mom, but she still kind of is their mom. When the family immigrated to Canada, Rhonda was presented as the aunt to get them in, because I know here you're not allowed to have polygamy, you're not allowed to have multiple wives. I don't know exactly why that is, because I know it's a religious thing, so I don't know why you're not allowed in Canada. I think that if you want to have multiple wives and you're not hurting anyone, go ahead. Do it. It's not hurting anyone, so why are we putting a stop to it? It's also not that long of a story, so I think I'm going to do a very, very basic look today with just like a nice lip, or we'll see what I feel like. So she was presented as the aunt, just because to get in, to do everything. They probably said that she was like the helper. She was really like, they're too busy doing real estate or whatever they did, just to get her in. So Rhonda and the rest of the family, except for Rhonda, the rest of the family practice Islam or Shia Islam. I don't know the difference or what it is, except for Rhonda. And according to the family members in interviews, Rhonda was trapped in an abusive relationship, a loveless marriage, and tried in vain to convince her husband to grant her divorce. Because I do believe, due to this religion, women don't have much of a say. I could be completely wrong, but like, you're more presented as an object to the man than you are actually like independent. So with her being a wife who isn't able to conceive or have children, she's not really like, I don't know, considered to be able to do much. She's not really that valuable in the relationship. When you have this other chick over here popping them out left, right, and center, they don't really consider her kind of as an equal, which is really sad. So she doesn't even practice this, but apparently she's still feeling the pain of not being in the religion, because she is suffering due to the abuse and loveless marriage. And another one is they don't really allow divorce. That's kind of really frowned upon in this religion too. So that's why she was like, can you please like grant me a divorce so I don't have to be here anymore? And he's like, nah, you're my possession. Again, she doesn't have the choice. She has to ask for it. So he's really presenting as the dominant one in the relationship, which is sad. During her pleading with her husband that she begged him to get a divorce, some of her family did say that Rhonda's siblings, like her sisters and brothers and stuff, did say that she did fear for her life during these days leading up to her death. YaHya, or however you pronounce her name, the second wife, allegedly said to Rhonda, "You are a slave and you are a servant." Reportedly that Shifa's held all Rhonda's identity, so like her passport, her everything. He was in control of her life. So it didn't really matter what she did, he was in control. So that's really sad, because then you're in a foreign country, you're not around anybody that you know, you're already presented as the aunt, and now you have no identity or anything, because even if you did try to run, you don't got a passport or anything, which is like, I don't know, I feel like if I had my passport and stuff like held against my will, I would still go ahead and attempt to like peace out, because like I don't care. I wouldn't care at that point. I am now a free person. You can keep that passport. I'm about to find a new identity and marry someone rich and famous. That's what I'd be like if I was Rhonda. But he had a passport, so Rhonda believed that she could not flee to another country where she had relatives. It was reported that Rhonda came to Canada as a domestic servant on a visitor's visa. The visa held over her head, so she was supposed to get her visa renewed, and he kind of held that over her head and kind of said like, we're not going to help you unless you kind of like follow our rules and you deal with what we believe is right. So she had that's just a horrible life. It's also said in a couple articles that the eldest daughter, Zenaid, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm probably completely wrong. She had a relationship with a Pakistan boy, and this was the main source of her dad's anger towards the girls. He did not take kindly to this, because I know you're not supposed to be dating, especially I guess somebody outside your religion, or I don't know if this is true about this type of religion or not, but I know that if you are in some types of religion, you kind of get like sold off into being like a young bride or whatever. So she's kind of like tainted now, and now no one's going to really want her because she was used. She oh my god, I put my thing too low on my face. Why can't I speak today? This is a bad one. My highlighter, so now my whole face looks like the Tin Man. But so yeah, so he really did not like that. The dad was not impressed. He was like, you know, you're tainted now. No one's gonna want you. How could you do this to the family? You're, you know, calling her the S word and the H word. Great things to call your daughter who is very young in high school. Those are perfect things to really boost some confidence, is calling your oldest daughter a disgrace. And yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing that. These claims of them hearing that this was the main cause of the dad's anger, it also, family members did say that they did hear him say that he would like to kill her because of this reason, which to me, that's not a valid reason to kill someone because they're in love with somebody. Like, I know it's religious based and it's like, oh, it's an honor killing because now no one's going to want her and stuff like that. But I still don't think, to me, that's not an honor killing. You shouldn't just kill someone because of that. And the eldest son, Hamd Safay, all in custody during the trial. So once the murders did happen, the children, the two girls and the boy, were being cared for through social services. So once they found the dead bodies of the little girls, all this came together, and they kind of were like, okay, the honor killing came out. Since they had 7 kids, they had 2 girls and 1 boy who were of age of not being able to be involved, to be allowed by themselves, independent. So they got taken away. So on June 30th, 2009, a black Nissan Serenta with a broken left tailgate was spotted submerged in the Kingston Mills locks with 4 female bodies found inside. So, you know, you just going for a walk, walking your dog one day, and then boom. I don't know where this location is, so I couldn't really tell you if it's in a park or something, but yeah. So somebody was walking around, found this body. Mohammed Safi was at the Kingston police station to report that 4 of their family members, his 3 teenage daughters, and their aunt were missing, aka the second wife, were missing. The police initially believed that it was a tragic, if bizarre, accident and categorized it as a sudden death investigation. So no foul play, no nothing. They were like, oh, they must have just lost control of the vehicle and then smashed into this road. So that's what probably happened to them. They initially thought like, okay, this was a freak accident. This just happened because there was probably, they might have like, I don't know, saw a dog, ran off the road. That's probably what happened, and that's what they were kind of believing. However, authorities soon learned that Ham had reported an accident with the family's Lexus. So, and he is the oldest son. He reported an SUV in an empty parking lot. Something just went in my eye. So he reported that the SUV in an empty parking lot in the morning had an accident. So there was no one around, there was nothing, and he's like calling it in. So that looks a little suspicious, because why is he calling this in? This doesn't make any sense. And like there was no other vehicle around. So he's calling in this SUV being oh, I see it. There was something directly in my eye. So he calls in the SUV, which a Lexus is expensive. I don't know too many people who have Lexus. So he calls it in and he's like, you know what? My dad's vehicle just got smashed. Somebody hit it. We need to do something about this. Despite their suspicion being like, okay, so you called this in, and there's like no evidence whatsoever, the authorities were like, okay, this is suspicious, we should like look into this. But unfortunately they had no reasonable doubt or any reasonable grounds to kind of go any further with this, or significant evidence to ask the judge for a search warrant. Kingston Police Department Steve Kuhlman, the liaison with the family at the time, managed to gain consent to go look at the truck, like that the family, the Sheaf's family, said, oh yeah, not a problem, you can come look, like not gonna bother us, you can come look at the damage, see what it's like, it's no biggie to us. So he kind of got in and was like, you know, if they're willing to show us the vehicle and show us the damage, I don't think you're gonna really find anything. So then they got consent. They went in and looked, and after assessing the damage on the Lexus, the damage on both vehicles, police theorized that the Lexus was used to push the Nissan into the lock. So the damage on the Nissan was the exact same, kind of like lined up with the damage on the Lexus. So it kind of was like, oh, they kind of messed up. If you think, like, they could have got away with it. There was no evidence whatsoever of them killing the 3 kids and their daughters. But then all of a sudden, you messed up by showing them the vehicle. I went and put my eyeliner on off camera just because we all know your girl sucks at that. So it was reported that after they did find out about the Nissan's damage, that they also found out that they bought that vehicle the day before they left from Montreal to Niagara Falls. So like right before the killing. It's a nice color. Smells good. So the jury selection began October 11th. And the official trial began October 20th. The trial was preceded by Ontario's Supreme Court judge, because this is now first-degree murder with 4 people. They murdered 4 people, so it's first-degree murder with 4 people. And the jury selection happened, and on January 29th of 2012, so almost like a year later, the jury completed their deliberation after 15 hours. Well, it wasn't a year later. I don't know why I said that. So after 15 hours of deliberation, that's when they were like, you're guilty. So they were found guilty, 4 counts of first-degree murder, and each of the 3 defendants. So first-degree murder, so it was for Ham, I think is his name, H.M. or Haim, H.M. Hamed is how you have his name. So they found him guilty, they found the mom guilty, and then they found the dad guilty. So all three of them were found guilty. First degree murder charges carried with an automatic sentence of imprisonment of life, which is 25 years in Canada, without the possibility of parole. Usually there is a possibility of parole at like 10 years or so, but this time there was none because it was pretty premeditated, but the whole thing, it was an honor killing. So that was the kind of defense, that they did it in honor of whoever they believe in. And that's why they killed their kids, which I don't know why. I don't think that's right. Now time for my final thoughts about this case. So I'm going to say some things that some of you might not agree with here, but that is just how it is. So my idea of Canada is, since I grew up, I've always considered Canada as a mosaic, where I consider the states as a melting pot, where that means to me, as in Canada, we kind of accept you for who you are, and we embrace you for your religious background, your ethnicity, your cultural background, anything like that. We really are like, we kind of be like, you know what, we want to learn about it, we accept you, come move into our country. Where to me the States is the opposite, where it's a melting pot, where it's like, you can come move here, but you better like follow our rules and do what we want. And to me, this case bothers me in the sense I'm not religious at all, but I do believe that you're allowed to believe in anything that you want to believe in, as long as you don't hurt anyone or push it down somebody else's throat. That is my opinion on it, because the minute you start coming at me with Jesus or something, I'm going to start coming at you with atheism. And we don't need that type of energy around here. So I think with this case, really bothered me is those type of religions out there, the ones that they followed, were the ones that objectified women, consider them more of an object than a person. And if you didn't follow the way the men wanted you to follow, then you were going to be punished or put to death. And there is some women out there who do accept this. As you see, he had a wife who went away to jail for quite a while. He's probably still in jail now for doing this. But there is a lot of women who are not like this. And bringing over 4 young women to Canada with a different type of point of view, who is a free country, who allows you to do whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but allows women to be women and men to be men, and we're not objectified. It was a huge cultural shock, and they are going to adapt to where they were. So they adapted to Canadian society, and the dad did not like this. There is a lot of places out there where if you do adapt to, where you can keep your religious belief and you can still be modest and you can still do this, but being pretty much told that you're nothing, you're an object, you have to do what I do, like they said, you're a slave, you have to listen to every word we say, or we're gonna kill you. That's something that the kids didn't know or want anymore, and that's why they were murdered, which is like really sad. We had 3 women, 3 young girls who could have been super successful in their life, who we will never know now, because the dad decided that since they are acting out or just being teenagers was enough to take their lives, because he didn't agree with it. And his other wife just didn't want to be there. The first one, she wanted out. She wanted done. She was done. She wanted nothing to do with him, but he didn't care. And he said that you're mine, and if you can't be mine, you can't be anyone's, and I'm going to murder you, which is super sad. Like, this case, like, I totally understand religious beliefs, and I totally think that if you're religious, you should 100% be religious and do what you want to do. But the minute you start hurting someone, you're not being a peaceful religious person anymore, and I don't have respect for that. I think that if you are going to practice your religion, go for it, but please don't hurt people who don't have the same opinion as you. Those are my final thoughts on this case. My final thoughts is just do what you gotta do, but do not bring other people into it if they don't agree with you. And if they don't agree with you, then let them be. Like, look at the time we're at now. Canada is full of people who believe in one thing and don't believe in the other thing. Some people say get the vaccine. Some people say don't get the vaccine. Some people say COVID's a joke. Some people are really listening. It's just all over the place. But it doesn't matter what your views are. We just need to be civil towards each other. Just be civil. You don't need to go out murdering people because they don't believe the same thing that you believe. It's kind of the same thing as the MacLean case when he went and shot up the school with the women because he couldn't get any. He thought women were below him. That's always what it is. The minute they think somebody's below them and you step out of line, they think they can do whatever they want with you. And that's not the case in Canada. We don't allow that. So you're going to get punished. So again, my final thoughts is believe whatever you want. Do whatever you want, but just don't hurt people in the process. Just let them be. Like I know a lot of people don't like playing basketball, and I love playing basketball. If you don't like playing basketball, I'm not going to force you to play basketball. If I don't want to listen to Jesus, don't force me to listen to Jesus. That's just how it is. That is just me. All right, so I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are about this case. It was a little different, a little sad. Probably one of the first big cases of religious honor killings that Canada ever had. And then again, it puts bad light on people who do practice Islam because they think everyone's going to do that. It's the same thing that's going on right now when people are attacking Asians because of the coronavirus. They have nothing to do with that. That is not them. It just blows my mind that you can just pick one little thing out and just assume that just correlates with everyone and it represents everyone. It doesn't. It's totally different. Just because this family thought honor killing was cool doesn't mean that other Islamic people think that, or Muslims think that honor killing is cool. It's totally different. So those are just my final thoughts. And I know I kind of went on a rant there at the end, but sometimes things need to be said. So I just said it. And I just said it. I just went on a rant, and that's just me. So I want to know what your guys' final thoughts about this case was. Do you agree with my opinion? Do you have a different opinion? I would love to hear it if you have a totally different opinion. I want to hear what you guys thought about this case. So put it down below. And again, my name is MacLean, and I am here every Tuesday and Thursday for you about true crimes that have happened here in Canada. I try to give a life lesson at the end. I try to give you guys my final thoughts of what's going on or what I think about this case. So that's just me. So again, follow my socials here. And if I get 4 more followers on YouTube, I will be doing a giveaway. So make sure you guys share this, you guys like it, you tell your friends about this channel, and you get everyone to subscribe so I can do a giveaway so I can give you guys something. So it's for you guys, not for me. It's for you. So again, my name's MacLean, and I will see you on Tuesday. Peace. Bye.